They were called myths, legends passed down by sailors, explorers, and ancient civilizations. But what if they were more than stories? What if the monsters they feared were real? In this video, we explore 7 terrifying sea creatures once thought to be imaginary, until science uncovered their truth. From biblical beasts to deep-sea nightmares, here are 7 mythical sea creatures that really existed. Number 1. Leviathan, the biblical sea monster. The Leviathan is one of the most fearsome monsters in ancient texts. A monstrous sea serpent described in the Hebrew Bible as untamable, fiery, and vast beyond comprehension. It was said to twist through the depths, its body so enormous it could be mistaken for an island. But fossil evidence suggests the myth may have a basis in reality. Meet Basilosaurus, an ancient whale that lived 40 million years ago. Despite its name, which means king lizard, Basilosaurus was no reptile. It was a ferocious predator, nearly 60 feet long, with rows of dagger-like teeth. Unlike modern whales that filter plankton, Basilosaurus hunted its prey with power and precision. It's not hard to imagine early fossil discoveries, or even partial skeletons washing ashore, inspiring tales of the mighty Leviathan, a monster from Scripture, rooted in a terrifying prehistoric truth. Number 2. Kraken, the tentacled terror. In Norse and Scandinavian legends, the Kraken was a monstrous sea creature said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Greenland. Sailors claimed it had tentacles strong enough to pull ships beneath the sea, never to be seen again. For centuries, it was dismissed as fantasy. But today, we know better. With its enormous eyes, lightning-fast strikes, and otherworldly appearance, the giant squid proves one thing. The Kraken was never a myth, just misunderstood. Number 3. Gorman Gander, the world serpent. Norse mythology speaks of Gorman Gander, the world serpent, a creature so massive it encircles the entire earth. At first glance, pure fantasy. But the prehistoric world offers a shocking parallel. Meet Titanoboa, the largest snake ever discovered. This monstrous serpent lived 60 million years ago, stretching over 40 feet in length and weighing over a ton. Though it lived in freshwater swamps, its immense size and power make it the closest real-world analog to Gorman Gander. Now imagine ancient people uncovering a Titanoboa skeleton, twisted and massive, without modern knowledge to explain it. What else could they believe but that it belonged to a serpent the size of the world? Number 4. Sila, the 6-headed sea demon. In Homer's Odyssey, Sila was a 6-headed monster that lived in a sea cave, devouring sailors as they passed. She was a symbol of inescapable danger, chaos incarnate. But like many myths, Sila may have been inspired by a mix of real phenomena. Some experts believe deep-sea predators, strange creatures around hydrothermal vents, or even volcanic eruptions could have created the basis for the legend. Among the candidates are bizarre animals like deep-sea chimeras, giant anemones, and vampire squid, rarely seen by humans. Combined with fog, darkness, and the terrifying sounds of the deep, it's easy to see how a sailor could imagine a many-headed monster lurking just beneath the waves. A myth forged by fear, and possibly by nature itself. Number 5. The sea serpent, global monster of the deep. From the coasts of Europe to the shores of Asia, stories of sea serpents appear across nearly every ancient maritime culture. Long-bodied creatures rising from the waves, sometimes coiled, sometimes smooth and shimmering like silver. The legend was so widespread, it begged an explanation. Enter the oarfish, an elusive, ribbon-like fish that can grow over 35 feet long. With its undulating movement and eerie, silent presence, the oarfish matches the description of many legendary sea serpents. It rarely surfaces, but when it does, it shocks even modern witnesses. Some cultures even consider it a harbinger of earthquakes. In this case, the myth isn't just based on a real creature, it is the real creature. Number 6. Cedus, the monster of Andromeda. In Greek mythology, Cedus was the sea monster sent to devour Princess Andromeda before being slain by Perseus. It may sound like fantasy, but ancient bones tell a different story. Meet Pliosaurus funke, nicknamed Predator X. This massive marine reptile ruled the oceans 150 million years ago. It was over 40 feet long, with an enormous skull and a bite force more powerful than a T-Rex. It wasn't just big, it was terrifying. A true apex predator. It's easy to see how the bones of such a beast, uncovered by early civilizations, could become the basis for Cedus, a monster worthy of a hero's quest. Number 7. Yumabosu, the shadow in the fog. Japanese folklore tells of the Yumabosu, a mysterious shadow that rises from the sea on calm nights, only to sink passing ships. Described as enormous, faceless, and silent, it's one of the most unsettling legends in ocean mythology. Some believe Yumabosu sightings are caused by oceanic mirages, giant jellyfish, or strange weather patterns like underwater gas eruptions. But others think it could be something more. Deep-sea creatures, rarely seen, emerging during storms or seismic events. Whatever the origin, the story of Yumabosu taps into something primal. The fear of the unknown, and the knowledge that in the ocean, you're not alone. These monsters weren't just figments of imagination. Many were inspired by real creatures, others by real discoveries, fossilized bones, ancient remains, or unexplained sightings. Even today, over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. We've only just begun to uncover what lives and what once lived in the deep. The myths were warnings, stories passed down by those who saw something they couldn't explain. And maybe, just maybe, some of those monsters are still out there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the mysterious and the real, don't forget to subscribe and let us know which creature you think is still hiding in the deep. Until next time, stay curious and beware the waves.